Hey guys, how's it going? Last video of 2024, and after having played Star Citizen 4.0 quite extensively, I think I can make a top 5, or should I say perhaps a flop 5, of the most frustrating issues of Star Citizen 4.0 that I hope are going to be resolved as soon as possible. Alright, I will start here with my number 5 here, which is something that we know CIG are going to fix anyway. These are the broken missions, incredibly frustrating. You want to do some bounty hunting mission, you kill the guy you're supposed to kill, right? And the mission just does not evolve, it just stays stuck here and you can't move on. I noticed that this especially is true with certification missions, so you get stuck at a certain level, and that's really annoying. Alright, the next one is something that is not something that I talked about before. I'll put the links to the issue council to all of these issues, by the way. This is a long-standing issue, something that I noticed already in 3.24. Some outposts are missing freight elevators as well as trade kiosks. I noticed that in the standard system, right? The smaller outposts, the farms, I'm thinking of Gallet Family Farms, for example, Benson Mining, all these locations should have at least a small freight elevators. Why don't they have one? And they don't even have a trade kiosk. Now, these small trade elevators, they exist at smaller outposts in the Pyro system. They exist at some of the smaller settlements as well, like REFERRAL or Alston's Clearing, or if you want to be buying some RMC there. So it doesn't make any sense for me that these locations don't have trade outposts. Not to mention that they were giving some unique trade opportunities in the past, places where you could buy processed food, for example, right? Well, they're not there anymore, and I think that's very unfortunate, and it removes some opportunities for traders. Speaking of that, I'll keep that in the same issue. I've also noticed that some locations are broken in terms of when it comes to their inventory. For example, on the area, Sal L2 only sells waste, and you cannot buy or sell anything else. So that's probably an issue or a bug as well. All right, here's my number 3 now. And this is going to be involving mining. I've noticed that a lot of rocks are unscannable, whether these are in a Pyro system or in a standard system. These are on planet side. Now, eventually, you may get lucky and they may become scannable if you keep on trying for many attempts. But this should not be happening, right? Normally, you should be able to scan these rocks immediately, know what these rocks are, if you are going to be able to mine them or not. But unfortunately, it's often not the case, and I think that it's really something that makes us waste a lot of time. More often than not, it's just best to move on and go to the next cluster of rock and hope that these ones are going to be scannable, right? Alright, my number 2 is something that just happened to me. Maybe that's the reason why I made this video, right? Is ship elevators that break ships, or sometimes just the ships will just not spawn, right? It's been quite a problem in 3.24.3 and also in 4.0, unfortunately. The ship elevators just make the ship spawn upside down, which is very frustrating when you want to be, for example, filling a Polaris with snub crafts, right? Very often these snub crafts are upside down, or the ships just go up and then break and go through the doors of the ship elevators. This just happened to me here on the footage that you can see. I had bought for 130,000 worth, 1,000 Alpha UC worth of gold. Well, there goes my gold. I tried to store the ship, didn't work, was in an unknown state, and then destroyed. And it's something that is going to infuriate a lot of people. You work hard, you do some missions, then you decide to invest all the money that you earned through those missions, and this is what's happening. Very frustrating. The workaround will be to, of course, manually load and unload your cargo, but there's a reason why also we have auto load, right? So that we don't have to do that. So not only you pay for auto load, but then when you spawn your ship, it ends up in this situation here. Very frustrating. The last one that CIG absolutely need to fix. That is my top flop one here. Number one issue is falling through planets. This has been an issue in the PTU, obviously in Evo Caddy, although I'm not in Evo Caddy, but I know it was. It's an issue in 4.0 right now, and it's not just one location, it's a lot of locations. I have fallen through Pyro 2, Pyro 3, Pyro 4, Pyro 5. I have fallen through almost all of the planets at other locations there. Very annoying, you know, especially in Pyro. It's not easy to get properly kitted. You go out there for a combat and you die not because of other people, but because the planet itself is going to kill you. Very, very frustrating. But again, we know that 4.0 is frustrating. CIG knows it as well. That's why there is a 3.24.3 patch running at the same time, so you can enjoy the game without some of these issues that are really played in the game, although 3.24.3 also has a whole lot of issues, right? So let's hope that these are gonna be fixed here. I'll put links to issue councils as well for you guys to contribute if this is something that you want, and I wish you guys all a wonderful New Year's Eve. I will see you guys very soon for more content in 2025. A big shout out to my Patreon members, including Dr. Fabin, Zero Crusher, Shadow Rise, and Ducky2Ducker. If you want to help out the channel, it's much appreciated. It helps also for the giveaways. We'll have giveaways in January as well, guys, so don't worry. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to be aware when those are also available. See you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.
Time will have to be smart. Now what we have is just an illusion, a placeholder that's far from the final vision.